Hey, did you get your passport back? You still haven't gotten your passport back?
Babe, I'm so stressed.
It's gonna be okay.
You look like act like I'm a criminal. Can I call you later?
She hung up.
I can't imagine why Kirsten is being held by customs. My entire future is riding on this trip. How am I supposed to convince my mom that me moving to the Netherlands is the right thing if Kirsten can't even make it out the airport?
Bad.
Smells bad. I haven't even pooped yet.
Well,
My name is Brandon. I'm 23 years old. I live in Eugene, Oregon, and this is my girlfriend, Mary. She's 23 years old, but she lives in the Philippines.
you're funny.
I spend every single hour, every single minute, every single second on video call with Mary every single day. I love you, Bobby. Since I've met Mary virtually, we started to be on the phone more and more and more until it just became a mutual agreement that we would just be on the phone 24/7. Whatever I do, I can do it with her on the phone. It doesn't bother me. Here you go. As long as I have internet connection or I have data, we do everything on the phone. Should I get any ice cream?
Cookies and cream.
We eat, we cook, we'll go into the shower with our phones, we'll do phone sex. You're so beautiful when you're sleeping. When I looked at Mary's pictures, I thought she was out of my league. But then we started talking for like 5 days straight, no sleep at all, just staying up all night just to talk to each other. And I'm like, no. There's no way someone like me could ever be in a relationship with someone like that, but it just happened. It didn't really matter where Mary was from. I fell in love with her beautiful character. She's the top #1 student in her class. She's the top dancer on a dance team. She donates her time to charity and churches, teaching children how to read the Bible, and she's just a really wonderful person.
Oh, sweet.
You're sweeter. Mary is the first person who's ever made me feel good enough. She really is. She's the one who saved me from myself. My world was black and white before she came, and now it's just colorful.
I'm Mary, and I live in Candoni, Philippines, and I am 23. My town is very peaceful, farmland, and there's a lot of animals like carabao. No crowd, no traffic. So sometimes I ride a carabao around. Kundo anay tay? Oh, my friends will describe me as fun, joyful, but I'm really shy. Yes. Oh.
Did you sleep well?
Yeah, I sleep really well.
I'm gonna go to bed now. So promise me you won't end the call.
I promise I won't end it. Promise.
I really want to see you dance because it'll help me have sweet dreams.
Dance, dance, dance. A few years ago, I was studying in college, Bachelor of Science in Forestry. And also, I used to be one of the member of competitive dance team, and I was modeling too. Everything was going well with me at the time, except my love life. My ex-boyfriend treated me so badly. He cheated many times. So I decided to just go to the dating site and look for an American because I love Harry Potter and Justin Bieber.
Harry Potter's British, though.
Oh, yeah, but in the Philippines, we call the British, Canadian, and everything, we call it American. Honestly, I fell in love with Brandan when I first saw his profile. He's very handsome and cute, and I love his eyes. He really looks like Justin Bieber and Harry Potter. So I was like super excited.
My name is Holly. I'm 44, and I live in Ogden, Utah. I've been a barber off and on for 5 years, I think. I have my barber, cosmetologist, and esthetician license. But I only do barbering because I hate doing women's hair. They just complain and whine, and I don't want to hear it. I think I worked on women's hair for 2 weeks, and I was like, yeah, that's good. So then I just became a barber.
I have a very severe case of ADHD. Basically, it just means that you're hyperactive on top of like a hard time paying attention to different things.
It gets very irritating to my family, and they'll be like, stop, Holly, stop. Okay, start over. What are you saying? I get bored very easily. I move very quickly.
I've been married twice before.
My first marriage, I got married really young. I think we lived together as husband and wife for maybe 2 months. Got divorced immediately after. We were not compatible, complete opposites, didn't work, wouldn't work. My second marriage lasted, well, we had it annulled, so what, like 12 hours, maybe at the most. So I started online dating because I did not want to date a guy from Utah, I just didn't.
And I also really wanted to travel, so I took both of my hobbies and like combined the two. So I would travel and date.
Your hair looks good.
And then I met Wayne. Wayne is a licensed plumber. He owns a plumbing business in South Africa.
That other drain that always blocks.
Yes, it's there under the thing.
Okay.
It's in the corner.
He's a hard worker. He's been on his own since he was 17. He's worked for everything he's had. He hasn't had a privileged life. He's a really genuinely good person. Everything about him I respect.
Wayne, you want a coffee when you finish this?
Yeah, that'll be very nice. Thanks, Ellis.
You do not do sugar. You do sugar?
I do sugar. Are you using another plumber here, Ellis? I'm Wayne. I'm 40 years old, and I'm from Johannesburg, South Africa.
Wayne and I met on a Jehovah's Witness dating site
Almost a year ago.
Jehovah's Witnesses are a sect of Christianity.
They have a very strong set of morals and ethics. Don't celebrate holidays because they're pagan.
Halloween, Valentine's Day, so on.
I always wanted to marry someone who was not necessarily really strong in the religion, but at least had the background so we could understand that about each other.
I've never done like the online dating thing really, but I was just tired of all these girls, you know, like the relationships just never lasted with them. So I'm like, hey Wayne, why don't you like just try and find like a witness girl and like become friends with her and see where it goes. I just took a chance. I didn't expect much. And it sort of happened like in the first like 3 days, Holly came into my life. Holly's an amazing person. She's got a good heart. What made me fall in love with Holly is we actually spoke on the phone for hours and hours and hours on end. Knowing that you can speak to a person and communicate with a person for 9 hours straight, you must have some type of connection, you know? I never in my life thought I'd date an American. Like, I never thought I'd meet an American. But around about 6 months video calling, Holly finally came to South Africa to meet me, and the chemistry was just instant.
My name is Julio. I'm 27 years old, and I'm from Brentwood, New York. By day, I work inside a school as a school safety officer, and by night, I'm a club DJ. I would describe myself as the guy that everyone thinks they know, but they don't know. Like, you think I'm listening to some hip-hop song, but I'm listening to Taylor Swift in my headphones. I grew up in the Dominican Republic. It was kind of a rough life. I was raised by my mom. Pretty much all we had was each other. I was 8 years old when I came here to the United States with my mom. She met someone who wanted to marry her, and she was like, I'll come to the US, but I'm not leaving my son behind. And here I am. I want to say I found the American dream when I got here, but that wasn't the case. I did not know the language, you know. I would cry doing my homework because I just couldn't understand it. So I remember kids just kind of pointing at me, laughing. I was always like that odd guy out. But I started getting into music, I want to say like about 8th grade or so. And I started DJing nightclubs at the age of like 15. I started gaining confidence, meeting different people, and then I just made a whole pretty much 180 with things. I took my first trip out of the country besides Dominican Republic at 18. And that's when I really started opening my eyes to like, this world is a big place with a lot of different people. And if I can't get the life I want here, I can get it somewhere else. I've traveled to 28 countries already. I went bull riding. Multiple times, actually. Whitewater rafting. My bucket list is a never-ending list. Yo, what's good, bro?
What up?
Thank you for having me tonight, brother.
Of course, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Sure. Let's go in next week.
It's gonna be difficult because I got my girl coming next weekend.
Oh, right?
I don't think I showed you her, have I?
I don't think so, no.
She's gonna come out here and meet my family for the first time.
That's the one, huh?
I hope so, brother. I hope so. Yeah, man. My girlfriend's name is Kirsten. She's 24 years old, and she lives in the Netherlands. I've been dating Kirsten for about a year now. I stumbled upon her online. I was like, she's beautiful. You know, she's a gorgeous girl. Tall, you know, just a beautiful smile. And the stuff she was posting was like, you know, stuff that I can relate to. She's traveled a lot, just like I did. You know, she loved to go out to eat, you know. It definitely was an interest that she was from Europe, too. And in Europe, they have a better work-life balance. And I had interest in moving there. I think I was just like, hi, hey. Her name is Julio. She said her name was Kirsten. And yeah, the rest was just conversation after that, getting to know each other.
De jong belegen, hè?
Ja.
Oh, oké, super. Hoeveel kost dat?
4,85 wordt het in totaal.
Ja.
Ja, jij ook, hè?
I'm Kirsten. I'm 24 years old and I live in the Netherlands. Having a walk now with my dog, Mosi. Hi, Mosi. I live in a village called Nijveen. It's a very little village. It's very quiet, it's very peaceful. I think there live 3,000 people only. Sometimes we forget to lock our doors, but that's not really a problem because it's very safe in my village. I don't have a car, but I don't need one because everyone has a bike. There are literally more bikes than people in the Netherlands. Dutch people in general are very different than American people. We are very straightforward, straight to the point. Most of the time I'm working full-time in human resources. But when I have off, I'm going with my friends. Do some drinks, go to the local bars. I'm very laid back, I'm very chill. I'm just a nice person. Hi babe, I miss you so much. And I really can't wait to see you. Mwah. I will never expect to date somebody from outside Europe until I met Julio. I call Julio as Julio, but it's Spanish. Like, I'm not stupid, I know it's Julio. But he wants to have his European name, and he thinks Julio sounds more exotic, it sounds better. So I decided to keep calling him Julio instead of Julio. I first meet Julio by social media. But we never FaceTime or we never call because I was scared over my accent to talk to an American. And he wanted to FaceTime and I was like, no, you know, it's fine. I was expecting nothing out of it, but after texting for 2-3 months straight, Julio proposed to come to see me in Amsterdam. We were on lockdown, so we were both in a hotel for 1 week. In the beginning, it was awkward, but then we started drinking, you know, it was more relaxed. So I thought we get used to each other by like 1 day.
I'm Kenny, I'm 22.
You wish.
I'm Kenny, I'm 60 years old. I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida.
And I'm Armando, I'm 34 years old, and we live in La Misión, Mexico with our daughter, Hannah.
She's 9 years old. She is Armando's biological daughter, but she's mine now, too.
All right, I gotta drive, guys. No more crazy dancing.
Look, even our horses are in love.
I know, they're like on each other. And they're both guys, so.
Well,
I guess we got the gay horses, huh?
We met 7 years ago on a gay father support group, and we just became fast friends. Then after a 3.5-year long-distance relationship, I made the big move to Mexico to be with you. Hello.
Baby.
It took a lot to be together.
But we got married in the most epic, beautiful wedding ever.
All of our families were there. It was the best day of our lives.
These are for you.
Oh my God, you did it.
We've been married for 2 years, and I think things are going pretty good.
The heck are you doing?
It's my Mexico City outfit. You don't like it?
No, you're not bringing that with you, babe.
What if I need it for something?
What will you need it for?
See, we're gonna experience new things, see new people, go to new places.
Babe,
this might just come in handy.
They're gonna kick us out of Mexico City with that.
A little over 1.5 years ago, we visited Mexico City for a couple days, and I just fell in love with it. I loved the vibe of it, and thought this would be a really cool place to live. So about 6 months ago, I brought up the idea to Armando to move to Mexico City, and it was not received well.
Why do you keep looking at yourself in the mirror like you're just in love with yourself?
I'm just thinking I'm super cool.
Sexy?
You're supposed to say that. In Mexico City, there's just so much more to do and so many more things to see. And just being a gay couple and raising a family, it's more diverse, it's more open. I think you'll feel more comfortable.
It's hard for me to want to move to a big city because I am a small town boy. I was raised in a small town, San Felipe, and now we live in a very small place. I've heard that there are so many dangers, people get hurt, robbed constantly. But, you know, no matter what I tell Kenny, no matter the risk, he doesn't seem to care about any of that.
Not true. Okay, is this better?
Babe, are those all the same product?
No, they're all different. This is the secret to your skin. You never use the same thing over and over. You switch it up.
I don't have that kind of patience like you do for your face.
That's why you're gonna catch up to me in age. I could not convince Armando to move to Mexico City, so I had to compromise and make kind of a summer trip out of it to get the feel of Mexico City.
For me, I mean, I think that the trial move is the best option. We can't decide to move somewhere we don't know anything about. Babe, to me, it's all about being safe. It just depends on once we're there, I see how I feel, how things look. I'm doing this for you because I know you want to experience it, and I'm kind of going out of my comfort zone. I'll be honest, what does make me excited is possibly knowing that we could expand our family, because I feel we haven't made much progress on that. I think having a baby that's ours.
Baby. People that are approaching 60 usually aren't having babies.
With surrogacy, we're not going to find it here in La Mission. There's nothing here.
I know.
And so that's a good reason to go and to do this trial. We are going to go to the clinics and we're going to check it out and see if it's right for us. And, you know,
I'm very excited about visiting a surrogacy clinic, but like, how do you really feel? Like, do you really want to go, or are you pressured by me wanting that?
I mean, there is pressure, I'll admit. I've told you that before. There's pressure on it because it's not something I would have thought of. And like, I know my children were in vitro and all that, but you're talking 25, 28 years ago. And I know I've been dragging, I guess, because sometimes reality sinks in.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is my age.
I'll admit, we have been locked in an impasse for the last year and a half about it. We keep going back and forth, and more so me. I honestly knew, not even thought, I knew I was done having kids. You know, I raised 4 children, primarily on my own, and I loved every second of it, but I was done.
I know, you know, Kenny has had his hesitations, and I do feel like I've been patient with everything he's feeling, but a lot of what we've talked about is time and Kenny's age. Why aren't we getting this done now then? If that's the issue, if that's what we're scared about of Kenny growing older, then why aren't we getting this done now?
I'm being open-minded about it, but I'm not making any promises. Having a baby isn't just making them move to a different town. It's a life-changing decision forever.
Yeah.